news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from Soldier Field. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Caleb going to throw right away. That pass complete to Moore. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Williams. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. Back deep for Cleveland, Gage Larvidan. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
Tell you what, partner, he might just be a rookie, but he certainly looks the part of a veteran NFL starter, and he carries himself like one leading the offense out there. In a lot of ways, he has advanced as a first-year quarterback, and he came in and was right at home with this offense.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins to about the 33-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
To throw now, here's Sanders. There's a short one caught by Fannin. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Off the bootleg, here's Sanders. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Sanders to throw. There's a short one caught by Fannin. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Browns 1st down.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the 1st, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 5. Once again, Jenkins. And he gets it down to the 32. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Sanders. And his throw here is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Sanders. And this is called. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cedric Tillman, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback,
the previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after here coming up. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg, it's Williams. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing is Williams. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Williams. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give up the middle. Judkins trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And 10 at the Bears' 31-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Sanders. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chicago offense set to get started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They'll run. Manungai. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Bears first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On play action, here's Williams. A quick throw there is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
To the air, Williams. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Cleveland offense making their way out. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun here, Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down. 1st and 10.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
There's a short one caught by Fannin. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a 2nd and 6. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
At the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. An inside run with Judkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Sanders. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Browns first down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Browns.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
On first down, here's Judkins. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 4.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll run from the gun. It's Judkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
The Browns on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
They run with Ford. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Sanders. This completes a Corley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To throw, Williams.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Running is Monangai. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Monangai.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw, it's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Complete to Devin Duvernay. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Browns' 34-yard line.
They'll run here with Monangai.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Kyle Monangai,
33 yards.
And the Bears get a bit closer. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's 17-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Looking to put a drive together.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
It's a quarterback sneak.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd.
That's caught left side by Judy.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Sanders.
There's a short one caught by Fannin.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Oh, the Bears break through and they block it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. Taking it in.
And the Bears have cut it back within a score.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Santos now to add the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Makes the score Browns.
So the very rare blocked punt, scooped and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
They'll start on the ground with Jenkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Looking to throw. Sanders.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. There's a short one caught by Loveland.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Williams now. A final shot before break.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these 2 squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
A give. Here's Judkins.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll go with the keeper.
And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of a
I don't know
yard.
about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line.
And he'll decide to keep this once more.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one, 11 yards and the first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That one too wide and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
The Browns send out their punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, what a juke into space.
Off to the races.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Kyle Monaghan.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Browns set to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's good for a Browns first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Sanders to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Sanders. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
From the gun, it's Shador. Over the middle, that's Stefanin, his tight end.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. On play action, here's Shador. Now he'll tuck this and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Throwing, Sanders. That one taken in by Corley.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Now Ben Johnson's talked it over with his guys upstairs, and out comes the red challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, Sanders. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Shedeur Sanders, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have retaken a third-quarter lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Gets past one man. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Throwing is Williams. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Second and 16. To the air, Williams. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Looking to throw is Williams. Oh, that's deep for Duvernay.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, first and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To throw is Sanders.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be faced with a third and inches.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up third and inches.
They'll try and sneak it here.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. Third and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for fourth down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
They go play action now. Sanders
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. On the ground, it's Ford. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up.
It's now third down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. Now Williams. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Now a 2nd and 10. He's got this complete to Burden. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
A gain of 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Judkins.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
107 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
The Browns, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
At the 36-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Sanders.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there, it was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Williams. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Pass caught by Burden.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw, it's Williams. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Looking to put a drive together.
Play action. It's Sanders. There's a short one caught by Fannin.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
A 2-yard loss.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Out of the gun here, Sanders.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. What a big fourth quarter fumble recovery a moment ago, and now they are set up with a chance to take the lead.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Williams. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Monangai.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5.
To throw, Williams. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through? And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Kyle Monangai taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Looking to put a drive together.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Open man, that's Tillman.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 37-yard line.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll give it to Jenkins.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And the Browns
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late.
That's interference.
That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Sanders to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Now Sanders. Over the middle, complete to Judy.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Shador. He'll swing this out to Jenkins.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Sanders.
Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jamari Thrash.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
From the gun, here's Williams.
He's got the hook up to Moore. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Gain of 11.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
That is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Williams going to look to throw again. Open man is Duvernay.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. They'll look to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Colston Loveland from 21 yards away. And the Bears are able to move back in front.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game.
35, Browns 31.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. And they'll begin by running the option.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Back to throw. This completes a Corley. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
That's good for a Browns first down. An 8-yard pickup. And the Browns first down.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
This is Ford. Oh, look at the juke. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
He's back to throw.
Pass caught by Fannin.
We are inside of 1 minute, only 1 timeout left, so they've got to move quickly.
Get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure they're set. No penalties in this situation, but you're exactly right. Conserve that timeout for when they really need it.
First down, Browns.
Here's 1st down. To throw now. Here's Sanders. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Throwing, Sanders. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.